But it's not just the staff employed at the hospital who might be interested in this type of property. St James is one of the largest teaching hospitals in Europe, so there's a big student market looking for rental accommodation. So, has the inside got what it takes to attract would-be tenants?
Well, basically what you've got is this one room. It's a good sized space. The same thing can't unfortunately be said about the kitchen. Not only does that need a major refurbishment, you haven't really got a lot of space to play with. And here's just a decorating tip. If a small room like this blue kind of accentuating of the... no, it just doesn't work. Well, upstairs the blue theme continues. A bit narrow this, I don't really like that, it's a bit claustrophobic. What isn't though is the bathroom. It's a good size, it's tired and dated, definitely needs sorting out, but you've got a nice amount of space. You could get a shower and a bath in there, I reckon, if you did a bit of clever jiggery-pokery. Into the first bedroom. Again, really nice sized space. A bit concerned about the ceiling, it's got a bit of a bow in it. Apart from that, lots of light coming in through the windows. And yeah, not bad at all.
Whoever painted this house looks to have got a job lot of blue paint. What you have got is a reasonable sized space that will need redecorating. There's also the bonus of a cellar, but what you haven't got is a garden. This style of house is known, for obvious reasons, as a back-to-back. They're fairly unusual in the rest of the country, but quite common in this part of Leeds. To make up for the lack of outside space, the properties go up rather than out.
It's really interesting, this house, because the floor area on each floor isn't that big, but because we've actually got so many floors, it does feel like a big property. They've obviously converted at some stage the attic space into what is, I imagine, another bedroom. Now, judging by the staircase and the floor, it feels fairly solid, you know, in terms of building regulations. I'm not sure if there's an escape route through the window, but I reckon you could call this a bedroom. Hang on a minute, what on earth? I don't believe that. This is the main beam that's holding up the roof of the house. It's going to the wall here, and that should be a solid wall so that basically the beam is supported. Somebody's taken out that wall and they put a window in there, so all the weight of the roof is actually being held up by this window. I reckon if I was to break that glass, this beam would fall down, the roof would collapse, and we'd all be in terrible trouble. That is appalling.
Yeah, that really sets alarm bells ringing. Not only will this need to be sorted out, I now have concerns about this whole room. Is the floor done properly, or is it supported by the downstairs window perhaps? I'm not sure whether it meets fire regulations. Has it been properly insulated? This really should all be checked out by a building inspector, and I'd have recommended a full survey before purchase. But structural issues aside, what does a local estate agent make of this property?
Ideal for rental purposes. It's okay as it is. It does need a little bit of work doing to the property to bring it up to the market standard. Replace the bathroom for one, and also the kitchen needs a little bit of updating. You have a cellar in the property. A lot of people do transform the cellar into a basement kitchen, or at least utility room. So the property has got a lot more potential than it's given out at the moment.
There's room for improvement, but is it worth doing?
Per calendar month to rent out this property, I would say about £425. I would place the property on the market for £79,995.
That means with a £50,000 guide price, this is a good investment opportunity.
So intrinsically a good house in a very good rental area, but clearly the big issue with this one is sorting out that attic room. Got to be done, and got to be done quickly. Still, for a £50,000 guide price, I'm sure it was a popular lot at the auction.